So it seems like I'm seeing more and more gig workers choose to try Walmart Spark. It's a last mile delivery service, obviously from Walmart. I go to the Walmart or Sam's Club. There's two options, curbside, a load and go. So I just pull up to those parking spots, the pickup spots, an associate loads it in my vehicle. And then there's the shop and deliver. Got my list like Shipt or Instacart. Shop for that list, check out, and then deliver. But then considering time in the store, if it is a shop and deliver, any commuting miles back to a Walmart or a Sam's, because there's not that many participating locations on Walmart Spark, is it worth it after all that by the numbers? Well, Brittney's going to complete her first ever Walmart Spark order, and you and I are going to follow this to see mathematically, is it worth it for the pay, the mileage, and the time? This is exactly what we do here in the First Shift series, looking at gig workers' first shifts and corresponding shifts in the gig economy, and our famous channel question, is it worth it? I'm a little skeptical. This is going to have to pay pretty big for Brittney. But then remember this, I think of Walmart Spark for you as a filler app. It's not your main thing. I'm not going to drive to my Walmart's 25 minutes south just to take offers. And you can't even really go online and have a good ETA to the store unless you're closer to the store. But as a filler app though, if you're in the area anyway, driving on different gigs, you might, yes, look at Walmart Spark. I think there, it's honestly the best option for you, but there's still problems. Let's see if Brittney runs into any of those problems.
We got our first order. It's going to be for, it's a high mileage. It's 34 miles, 34.2 miles, but it's...
Oh, it's a routed delivery. This is your first assignment, Brittney? Obviously you should, it's a routed delivery. It's as the name implies there. So this is the first time I've seen a Spark driver take a routed delivery. Let's see here. So $54.98, the cash flow, just the pay you're getting, this before taxes, divided by 32.4 miles. This pays $1.61 paid out per mile. So it's quoted to take, remember that number, $1.61 paid out per mile. So $54.98 divided by 2.5 hours. So the pay per hour is $21.99, basically $22 an hour. So would you commit, because obviously you can't do any other gig apps during this, would you commit to about $55, $22 an hour at $1.60 a mile to make 20 drop-offs? That's moving into like the parcel delivery, like Amazon Flex routed delivery, because you're locked in for 2.5 hours, 20 drops. So yes, that's going to be about a little less than 10 drops an hour. It sounds like Brittney's going to take it, but let's see.
$54.98. So it says it's going to take 2 hours and 25 minutes, 21 stops. I don't know if this is a good order or not. It looks pretty okay for me. $54.98. $54.98.
She can accept it.
In 2 hours and 25 minutes. I'm here.
Oh, parking she took it. And then put in your parking spot. Yes.
Save.
Let me talk to you about what to expect just as a new gig worker, not even Walmart Spark. And this is interesting because as a new gig worker, listen to this. This is very important. You may not realize that most offers aren't routed delivery. Maybe it is, based on your marketplace. Let me know if you get more routed or just like regular drop-offs. So as a new driver on any gig app, you don't know, like, 80% of my offers on DoorDash are shop and deliver and grocery, or on Walmart Spark. It's a 2.5 hour route versus just going to the store for 1 or 2 drops. There's something to be said about these gig companies and the algorithms possibly, and the offers they could send to new workers, drivers, and couriers versus more tenured workers. As far as if this is a good order though, it's decent. It's exactly like Amazon Flex, basically, paying a little bit more per mile, possibly $1.60. So it's a load and go still, even though it's routed. So associates coming over, checking in. You're going to probably have to scan one or multiple barcodes, and then they load it in. Now she's helping. Our Spark app here in Pittsburgh says it's easier if we just stay in the car. I mean, I've always helped, but that's what they advise us to do here.
I told the guy that was bringing out my packages, I was like, I'm new to this, so give me a second while I clicked all the buttons I needed to click in order.
Which is actually a good thing to do. I would recommend that to you if you're new to any gig app. And I did this with Amazon Flex and their new-ish, I think at the time it was our Coriopolis warehouse. I told the guy, like, I've never been here. I needed to find your entrance. And if you're new to the app in general, yeah, just tell them, say, hey, I'm brand new, or it's my first delivery, it's my first route. Do you know if I have to do this, or do you know where I have to park? Do I need a vest? Stuff like that. Feel free to ask. Hold on, she's multi-apping. Look, she's completing her first delivery. Let me find it.
And then I'd ask some random questions at the end, like if it was a house,
then,
if there was a gate code thing.
Grubhub offer. It doesn't really matter. Like, Grubhub has some rewards programs, but if you're locked in to, in this case, a 2.5 hour route, or Uber Eats routed, Dashlink routed, Amazon Flex routed, just turn off your other apps. You're not going to really have time to squeeze in other assignments while you're trying to complete your current assigned route. Like, if you squeeze it in there, something's got to give. So either you're on time with the food delivery or whatever it is, but then you're just going to be adding 4 minutes here, 7 minutes there to your route. So there's also metrics on some of these routed apps as well. So I wouldn't really advise doing that.
All pretty easy. This one's going to be my longer leg. I think that's going to end up putting me over by the Wesley Chapel area. And that one's 15 minutes away from this last route.
See, that is exactly where that $1.60 a mile comes into play. But at least you know the mileage. On Amazon Flex, you don't know the mileage until you get there and you get your routes. That's why I don't love Amazon Flex. I'd rank it below Walmart Spark, which, by the way, I do have a free rankings guide. It's at yourdrivermike.com/bundle, because it's bundled with some other resources there for you. And then also keep in mind, you need to track your miles, your business miles, with really any of these gig apps. I have two options, a spreadsheet and app-based, link down below in the description. But anytime you have to drive further away, like in this case, 15 miles for Brittney, it is just adding miles. So if you have a route that's super dense, where all of my deliveries are 1 to 4, 3 minutes away, then the mileage pay might be closer to $1.80 on this route versus $1.60.
I wanted to give you guys a little rundown of what I think and what.
Oh, let's hear Brittney's verdict. Initial verdict.
I don't have to keep going to different, restaurants waiting for food to be ready. Sit around waiting for orders. You get your order. You have, where you're gonna go and things like that. So I feel like time management wise, that's good. Cons obviously can bring you out of your normal space and things like that, but this is truly not that far. Like I said, it's 13 miles from where I usually am.
13 miles.
And I think I need to go this way.
Okay, here's my verdict for anyone new and how this went for Brittney. So on this first shift, 20 drops, $21 an hour, $1.60, it's not the worst. And she finished 10-ish minutes early, obviously still got the same pay, and had 0 operational issues, no delivery issues, nothing crazy. And she liked it. My only issue is, and Brittney did pick up on this, which is good, the con of the kind of taking you out of your positioning. You can control positioning better with rideshare food delivery, arguably. She has 13 miles back, but if you have shifts like this, maybe she's doing, she's multi-apping on the way back. So even the mileage back, those are also business miles. And again, coming back to using Walmart Spark as a filler app, but let's see what else Brittney has to say here.
The amount seemed pretty fair.
$1.60.
As long as
Decent.
especially if I get an order back that way, or an order over here, kind of making up for that, that's not that bad. All right, see this one popped up. There's, it says 50 minutes, 18 miles, $35 from Home Depot.
$35 for 18 miles. What is this one? It's $1.94 a mile. That's good. It just depends on how far is she from that Home Depot.
Where is this Home Depot? This Home Depot is not anywhere
exactly
near. So we are not going.
That's something to consider as well. The apps and which ones consider your current location in their mileage estimates. So it can be, 15 miles, 13 miles, whatever it was. But is that including my commuting miles from my current destination to, in this case, the Walmart and then, well, the Home Depot, and then the Home Depot to the customer? Or is it just from the Home Depot to the customer, X amount of miles? So here's my question. Can you duplicate that on Walmart Spark? Even the $1.60, it's not fantastic. It is a lot of driving, but then you're set at whatever it was, $21 an hour for that shift. And then that second one, that was $1.94 a mile. That's really good. It's better, $35 for the quoted 1 hour. But can you consistently get those offers? Because Brittney is a new driver, and we wonder, do new drivers, couriers, workers, whatever, on any of these gig apps you can let me know down below in the comments, do those new workers get better offers than anyone tenured? You can let me know. So Walmart Spark, is it growing to be a better side hustle? Is it even better than a filler app? What do you think?